We're live once again on the Ashes to Rubies podcast and live stream, where we talk about life and recovery and a little bit more, sometimes a lot more. What's exciting today?
Today's Recovery Day in Ottawa, except they're not calling it Recovery Day anymore. They're calling it something.
The WOW Festival.
Else. Yeah.
So what does WOW stand for?
Working on wellness.
I was trying to figure out what WOW stood for, and I know wellness was in the word. So working on wellness. I think there's going to be 124,
like 200 community partners, like different organizations in the city.
We're a community partner. Yeah. We help wellness. We work on wellness, and we do it collaboratively, like peer-to-peer support. We have our LifeLab. We have our weekly recovery meeting. We have our monthly tattoo shows. Recovery shows.
Well, this month is a tattoo show.
Art shows of recovery and giving hope a platform. Hope is famous. Anything else today that you're excited about?
Not that I can think of. What about you?
You're
a little excited. What's going on?
Nothing. I'm just excited to go to Recovery Day.
Wow Day. Anything else that you're excited about?
That's about it.
Okay.
I'm not excited about, I'll have to figure out coffee today. So that's coffee and kombucha. I don't know what we're going to do because we're not going to the
I already
pit.
have an idea.
Oh, you have an idea. Do you think there's going to be a coffee dealer at... Wow. Recovery Day should definitely have a coffee dealer.
They should.
Do you think they will?
Of all places,
yeah,
Recovery Day needs a coffee dealer.
There should be a good coffee brewer there.
Yeah. Or at least kombucha.
Yeah.
Please, somebody supply us.
We could do an Ashes to Rubies in Carlington Booch. We may or may not be handing out free drinks, cards.
I think we're allowed to give away stuff.
I think we're allowed
to give away stuff. We're not allowed to sell anything.
We got in trouble one year.
Oh, we can't do a draw.
We can't do a draw. We didn't realize, innocent as we are and the background that we come from.
Yeah.
We still didn't even see it. And there were some offended people that we were doing a draw. We're just getting people's names. And at the end of the day, we're going to do a draw for clothing.
Yeah, we were going to give away 3 shirts and hats and all kinds of stuff. We had a whole bunch of stuff to give away.
So we canceled the draw, but we still gave away the stuff. I do believe.
I don't remember how we gave it away, but anyway. Got in trouble.
No gambling at Recovery Day.
Highly likely if you go somewhere with John that somebody will get you in trouble for something.
Yeah. I'll get in trouble for something?
Not in trouble, but
a stern talk, a warning.
Hey, maybe you could not do that.
That was a total oversight. I didn't even think about that. But it's so true. It's at a Recovery Day event. If you're running draws and raffles and bingos, I don't think that's a good representation. People have gambling problems.
Last month at our Ashes to Rubies show,
West Coast is in the house.
We
William.
Had a two tattoo artists doing a flash tattoo event. We had we had food and archery, and then
archery.
Okay, axe throwing. And then someone said, "Oh, you know what you guys should do? You should have a poker night fundraiser." And I was like, "Yeah, we're not going to do that."
See, we would be that aware to not do a poker night.
We're not going to do that.
Yeah, imagine if we did.
First of all,
a Texas Hold'em poker night, it would grow after year 3, it would be some World Series in Canada.
Yeah,
and then we'd all be in poker.
We're not going to do that.
No, it would end bad. Our house would probably be up for sale.
I'm not sure by
the end of the month.
How many poker tournaments, how many sober poker tournaments there are.
Oh, I'm sure there's lots of sober poker tournaments. That I don't think that is the problem.
You don't associate.
No.
You don't associate cards with drinking.
No, you don't. Really? You shouldn't be drinking when you play cards. That's problematic. Cards. Are their own drinking.
Cards its own thing. That's its own. That's
so
its own
thing. Gambling's its own thing.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Cards and gambling.
Well, either way, we're not going to do that.
We're not going to do that. But we will tattoo you. And somebody else mentioned a fundraiser doing a bike ride, not a pedal bike, but a motorbike. And I'm like, that would be cool.
Would you ride your electric scooter?
No,
Okay, just checking.
I would not run my electric.
I don't even
scooter.
know what the date today is.
Today
and I don't
is
know who's reading.
the 16th. So you are
Then
reading. Welcome.
I feel like we need to work on getting our point across.
William from Vancouver.
Hi, William.
He has joined us. It must be early there. It's a lot earlier there.
Still out in BC.
Yeah,
Man.
beautiful BC. So lucky to have him.
Man.
Are you on Vancouver? Like, I forget where he is. He's near Vancouver. Oh, winters out there are very different than here. We're getting geared up for the winter. All right, let's do our reading, get our meditation on. Okay. Let's go.
All right. A member speaks in a meeting. I keep trying to get my point across to him, but nothing I say seems to penetrate.
Is there a hand wag at the same time? I'm trying to make my point.
Another member answers. Perhaps when we can't get our views across to the alcoholic or anyone else, it is time to consider whether the point we are trying to make is really valid. Could it be that it isn't right or reasonable, or that our determination to get the point across is being used at the wrong time? Are we making allowances for the other person's right to a different point of view? Today's reminder: right and wrong are not always black and white. Before I take a positive stand, it would be wise first to make sure that it is reasonable, and then that I have taken into account all possible reasons against my right point of view. An open mind is a handy thing to have when once I become willing to live and let live. Let me not force my own certainties on others. I could be wrong. A generous tolerance can smooth out many rough places in my day-to-day living.
So, getting your point across is so important for really sick people. But it's like, I think that, like, I was thinking of two ends. It's like, I feel like I'm better at it now, but trying to get my point across to be heard is just trying to prove myself. And it doesn't leave room for God. It doesn't leave room for, it's control and dominance. And I want you to do what I think should be done. Isn't that what playing God is all about? But it's so easy to give advice. And then on the leadership side of things, you get so many people that come and ask for advice. So then it's very hard to, but I find it easy now to direct people to God. Like, have you prayed about it? Have you, sat with it? Go ahead.
And I heard a saying once that said, you don't have to tell people everything you know. And I think that can be true too. Like, someone may come to me, wanting to talk about something. I don't have to tell them everything I know, because it's actually more effective and more efficient if they learn it for themselves.
Yeah.
Or that God directs them. And maybe what I learned, maybe what I know isn't what's going to be the most helpful for them.
But
I can't know
that is such a good point, because running a treatment center for 9 years and having hundreds of guys through the doors, I know a lot of stuff about recovery. Their first day in, I'm just getting them to sign a sheet. They probably don't even know what they're signing. I give them some rules. I give them a Bible. I give them a big book. I explain morning devos, and then I start talking about the disease of addiction, and I start talking about the complexities of cognitive therapy. And it's like,
do you know how much of that they actually absorb?
They just gloss over. Imagine
not a thing.
The counselor at the rehab that I went to just started telling me everything he knew about addiction. I'm like, I'm like, 30 seconds in, I would be like, what's for lunch?
That's exactly it. And I think for me, as a person who can be the kind of person who keeps trying to get my point across, one of the things that I've learned is actually when I'm in a conversation with someone to try to sit back, back and listen. And sitting back, like the actual act of sitting back in my chair, helps me to listen.
And
sit down.
One of the things that we've been really intentional lately is meditating twice a day on the fact that I need to detach myself from everyone and everything. Yeah. And so really practicing not getting my point across all the time is like actually letting people go, of like just releasing the problem, the tension, my point, or what I think should happen in whatever scenario, because I actually don't know what should happen. Especially when it comes to advice giving to parents with kids with addiction problems. Should they be in the home? Should they not be? I'm like, I don't know what will work for you.
Couldn't say.
And you just have to love your child. You just have to love your addict. You just have to, but not, this is what enabling is. This is what condoning is. This is
and I think it's helpful that we can provide, actually had someone talk to me last night where we had gone for a coffee probably 8 years ago, maybe 6 years ago, maybe 5 years ago. I don't really remember, but she thanked me for my time. She thanked me for the conversation that we had and told me that it was really impactful for her. And I believe, and what she said was, it was really helpful that I shared like possibilities with her of like, well, it could go like this, or she was dating an addict. She was dating a person in recovery. They were in recovery. And so she was like, I'm completely new to this. And she's like, we didn't break up because of anything that you said. She just said, I just really appreciated that you took the time to like share your experience and talk about what life was like for you and what is addiction? What does recovery look like? What's involved? And
and
she had no barometer for it.
With our early recovery, especially in our addiction, you can't even share that with people because it was such a mess. Like, don't follow what we did because we don't even know. Like, it was horrific. Like that's not a model
when people
anybody
say that
should follow.
To us now, like, well, you guys made it.
Yeah, you guys. Oh dear. Let me tell you. I think in our relationship, when because I think I'm better at it than you, trying to prove my point. Like I like to prove my point more 100%. Than you.
Yeah, you're much better. You are very, very good at trying
to
prove
your
point.
And then I think doing that in this relationship isn't good for our relationship at all. Proving any point, like trying to get you to understand my point causes a division. It causes defensiveness. It causes spitting on me. No, but it's not good. It's not good. So we're here to serve each other. We're here to lift each other up, not push each other's points down our throats. So I will try to do that better today. That is my promise to you and to the world around me.
Today we get to hang out at Recovery Day.
Yeah, come join us at Recovery Day, City Hall. That's what's up.
Come on by.
You might get a free sticker and a kombucha.
We don't have any kombucha.
No, we have kombucha cards. Pretty close to the same thing.
Not an actual.
You can't drink the card, but you can bring it to me, and I will give it to you when you come to the booch pit. All right. Much love. Have a great rest of the weekend. This is the starting of the weekend. Keep the peace. Be of good behavior, and we will see you today at Recovery Day, or Saturday, or Sunday, or Monday.